Soil brothers and soil sisters.
Oil Benefits.
It is Sunday, guys.
They is around noonish. Yeah, I did it home from the HOA, Homesteaders of America Convention. Great.
So as y'all come in, for one, tell us if you can hear us. We are on the road and trying to do a live. Okay, so let us know if you can hear us. So we're trying this out. But we had an action-packed week coming from Virginia, from Royal, Virginia.
It was cold, y'all. That was crazy. Like 35 degrees on Friday morning when we woke up to get ready to head to the fairground. Then yesterday it was like 45 degrees, which was better, but cold. I was like, they need some fireplaces out here or something. I was freezing.
So we know our body gonna be in shock when we get back home.
It's already better.
Yeah.
We got the mom house. It was comfortable enough to not have to worry about a jacket, but it was drizzling. So you're like, yeah, let's see you next time and get moving. But it's always nice to see family, soil family. We saw a lot of good people this weekend. A lot of people we miss. We are sorry about that, but we did see a whole lot of people and get to hug a lot of people. The Honeystead,
Yes,
we
yes.
met her husband this year,
Yes.
but we became really good friends with the Honeystead in Utah, so it was good seeing them. And mom, we met her mom this time. So that was great.
Yeah, mom and husband for the first time. So we met Honeystead. We met baby Honeystead when we went to Redmond's Real Salt, and we was able to spend some time and talk and get to know them there. But this our first time reunite, and we met the husband and mom. That was always nice. You know, we love seeing people that we connect with, like minded people, and we got to meet some more of their family. So that was great. But we did meet some amazing content creators while we were down here, and we did meet some new people that we have just met, and we met some people that knew us from the channel.
We
Yes, start your family.
That's what the events are all about. Meeting new people, building that community is so important. So that when you go places, it's like, oh, I know somebody that live here. Something happened, or you need some information or direction or whatever. Having that community all over the world is amazing. And one lady that I met yesterday that I know God sent to us, she said, it's great because everybody I've talked to has been really, really friendly and talked to you. I said, yeah, homesteaders, yeah, gardeners.
I tell people that all the time. I mean, just amazing people. I think if you work with the land, it's just something about that that makes you a peaceful person. Yeah. So this was their very first event. They ain't never been to one before, and they were amazed by how nice everybody was. So
She came and stood beside me. I was in the sun trying to warm up, and she asked me something about the bees. And I said, well, yeah, my husband raised bees or whatever. We just stood there talking and talking, and she finally started telling me some of her issues. And she said, oh, so y'all have a YouTube channel? And I was like, yeah. She said, oh, okay. She said, somehow we got on the subject about her arm, her not being able to raise her arm. And I said, oh, well, let me rub some of this oil on it and see if that'll help. And she said, oh, I can't get it no further than this. She said, I can, but it take a lot of work. To me, it sounded like she had frozen shoulder, which sometimes come from your hormones being off. And I said, it could be frozen shoulder. And she was like, man, I've been dealing with this for years. That's more than what any doctor has ever told me. I said, it could be. But let's try the oil and see. And within a few minutes, she was raising that arm. She could not stop.
yeah, it was amazing because we went on with the conversation, and she was just raising her arm, looking off into space, like I can't believe this.
Yeah, one time she said, "Oh my God, I want to cry," but I was like, "No." She said, "I know." I said, "Let me tell you, God work in mysterious ways." And she said, "I know God sent me over here to talk to you." She said, "Something about you." I just said, "I gotta go talk to that lady." And I was like, "Hey," and now look at you moving that arm and doing your thing. But
You come to find out, her husband had some arthritis in his hands, so we pulled it all back out. So we've been dropping oil. We was anointing people.
and that's what it's all about, like firsthand. But that was great. So today, what we're gonna talk about a little bit is castor oil. Bobby, you know, the writer over there, he what he do is he spend his time and do research and things, but he also go through the comments and videos and lives to see what questions people have. And we got a ton of comments on castor oil. So we're gonna talk about castor oil some. So if you can be so kind to share this live out, it can help tons of people because castor oil is amazing. Make sure you are following us or subscribe to the channel. It is totally free. And double tap the screen on YouTube to give us a reaction, and Facebook. Make sure you give us a reaction and comment. Hashtag replay. Is it raining where you are? Because it started raining sometime this morning in the mountains, and it's drizzling here in North Carolina. It was raining in Virginia. So let us know what your weather is like wherever you are, because it was freezing in the mountains.
So, guys, I am trying to see the comments. I'm having a problem with the glare on the screen, so I will say something to whoever comment I can see. So it's not gonna be too many of y'all.
What you do, remember the comments, some of the questions that we get.
Yeah. So I actually dropped a clip from a longer video, and if you're on Facebook, you may not realize that we have longer content on YouTube, and we did quite a few castor oil videos. And what I did is took some clips from them videos and I put them out. So some people who don't listen to us on the regular, who might have just found us, don't realize that we went more into depth and they want to ask a bunch of questions. You know, it's a 25-second clip. So you're not going to get all the information, but it actually opens your mind to what could be. So one of the clips was talking about what was it? Uh thyroids. And it kind of started off saying
Fibroids.
yeah, fibroids.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
like thyroids.
Fibroids, yeah. Fibroids. That don't even sound right coming up with my mouth. But yeah. So they couldn't understand what we were talking about, what actually works on that. And because they're not familiar with our content, they didn't know what we were talking about. And so split up a little bit. My wife, she can tell you all about some of the issues she had.
So when it comes to fibroids, so somebody had a question about fibroids, probably how to get rid of fibroids naturally without having surgery. So when it comes to fibroids, I always like to start with our diet, things that we eat, because something is throwing the hormones off that's allowing our body to have these fibroids. Now you can't shrink fibroids. I always say stop eating chicken for one thing, because the chicken is loaded with steroids and antibiotics, chemicals that can encourage these fibroids to grow and cause issues in women. Now, castor oil packs, I would encourage you to do your own research into castor oil packs, because you can wear castor oil packs to help shrink the fibroids also. So diet, castor oil packs, and definitely putting castor oil on a panty liner and wearing that every day. And you have to do three things when it comes to healing yourself, which is very possible. God said that, not me. But you have to trust God. You got to be consistent, and you have to be patient. And you can totally reverse things without letting them cut on you or give you some heavy synthetics to cause other issues.
And one of the amazing things about being able to naturally fix fibroids is the fact that some people are not able to conceive because of the fibroids. And if you are naturally able to reduce or fix that issue, there's a chance that you may be able to have a child. So a life could be bought in this world by doing stuff naturally the way it's supposed to be done. And, and not having somebody cut parts of your body away and pretty much eliminating the even thought of being able to conceive.
Because in real life, God designed us in this special way. And now we can live with and without certain things, but God designed us this way. He made us in perfect form. And then we have these issues, which is not God's plan. And man come along and say, oh, I can fix that and I can do this and I can do that. God can fix it too. We just got to learn, what do we have to do to be able to fix these issues in God's way, in God's eyes. So we normally turn to surgery when it comes to fibroids. We'll go and have a hysterectomy or obligation and let them remove these things. Now, sometimes they'll come back, but it will enable us from having kids or living a normal life because we have things removed, which is not what we should be doing. But most of the time, we desperate. And what we gonna do, So there are things that we can do that can sometimes help us. But again, do your own research when it comes to fibroids and castor oil. Castor oil packs and diet is definitely a try. I would, if I'd have known better before I had my hysterectomy, I definitely would have did that. Now there is wild yam cream that can help you keep the hormones in balance. But again, diet, because you don't want to be going back and forth eating this tainted chicken and trying to get yourself together. So, and we'll show y'all in a couple weeks. We decided to go ahead and raise meat birds again. So we will show y'all how we raise chickens on our 1 acre suburban homestead
Without all the junk.
without all the junk. No chemicals, no flow.
That's right. And look, guys, that's one of our missions. When you go to the doctor, there's only one fix for whatever they say is your issue, and that's usually medication or surgery, and sometimes it's both of those, right? But what we're doing is letting you know there is another route that can be taken. They're not going to tell you that route. It's better to try this route for doing something invasive. Some of us have serious issues. Are we in pain? And they tell you, uh, have a surgery. Well, what a surgery is going to do is cause you more pain. It's going, over time, it's going to turn into arthritis. And if you are lucky enough to get older, you're going to feel wherever they had that surgery at, because it's going to build up the inflammation and arthritis in those joints. If it's in your spine, in your arm, in your leg, wherever, you're going to feel it. So understand that a surgery is not always the best way to go. Now, when it's necessary, absolutely necessary, it's necessary, but make sure it's necessary because a lot of them just want to cut on you so they can get their money. And, I can't say every last one of them know better, but, they taught to do what they do. That's what make the medical goal around is actually keeping customers, right? So we got to make sure that we are not being a crash dummy to nobody. We are actually doing what's best for us and our family and not what's best for somebody's pocket.
No, choice.
Mhm.
So God said, God can definitely bring us back from anything except that. We just got to do our part on this side to get ourselves together.
Mhm.
And as a community, we can pass on information to help each other, and that's what makes community so beautiful. Is not gatekeeping and not, you know, being like, yeah, pay me $29.99, and I'm gonna tell you how to do this, that, and the third. We have conversations, but some conversations you do have to pay for because we got to go in depth about certain things. But for the most part, this basic, easy, general conversation, we just having a conversation.
Exactly.
We can do that.
And just think about it, guys. We are we're having these conversations just so you can think about what's going on with you.
Do your own research.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do your own research. We can't tell somebody, think about y'all see the numbers we have on this channel. We can't answer the questions to everybody who asks us questions. And I know that you only concerned about your question, but that's everybody. And there's not enough time in the day to actually do that. And we do have a lot of stuff going on. We appreciate and respect exactly what we are doing. So we want to make sure we are careful with everything we're doing. So if we're gonna take time from all the stuff that we're doing to answer somebody's question, and it may take a lot of time, then we want to make sure we can afford to be able to give that time.
Gotta sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because some things are like we be so vague in most things. Sometimes we need to ask questions to be able to give you a full answer. Like some people, they'll say, "Hey, how can I um get off my blood pressure medicine?" Well, there are other questions we may need, other things we need to talk about rather than us just say. But for the most part, we're gonna tell you, do your own research, look into the benefits of cayenne. Look at your diet. When it comes to diabetes, we need to know how you're doing this or what's going on, or
What stage?
it's some underlying things that we need to talk about. Like we get a lot of questions about cancer. We just can't say. I mean, we can say do your own research into the benefits of fibinazole and ivermectin, but then you got another question. But we need to have a conversation. We can't go back and forth in the comments about certain things.
Because there's a whole lot of other things that need to be done also.
Cute.
Hmm?
I'm glass inside.
You just had to read it.
I just had to read it. Garden's barbecue.
Yeah. Guys, when it comes to castor oil, we tell you to drop it in your neighbor. And the only thing you can come up with on why you would do something like that is that's where your umbilical cord was attached to you and your mom. So there's a lot of sensors, a lot of nerves, a lot of endings right there in your navel. And when you drop that in your navel, it travels around your body and it affects a whole lot of things. It's almost a miracle, if you ask me. Yeah. So, there's been a ton of people we have talked to, and they have come back and they said that, yeah, I dropped it in my navel and I feel way better. People who've been hurting for years, doctors can't do nothing. And they was able and they were able to get relief. And think about the cost. No doctor visit, no prescription, just dropping some oil in your navel gave you the relief that you were looking for all your life. And yeah, we do use castor oil in our pain away oil on top of a lot of other things, and they work amazing. The fact that a lot of people don't have to actually use all these pain meds that are destroying their internal organs and causing more issues with all the side effects is amazing to me. I love the fact that people are stopping with popping all these pills because a lot of people don't have no idea what that is doing to their insides, how that is over time making you worse off. You may be temporarily relieved from an issue, but then slowly causing another one that one day you're gonna have to address because popping them pills is not gonna fix anything. It's just gonna give you a temporary relief that will then you're gonna have to answer to later. And just to tell people stuff like that is something that's really important. We don't think about this stuff, and that's what we're doing. We bringing it to the forethought. It's not that people don't know it. Some people don't, but a lot of people have, they know it, but they're not thinking about it. So therefore, it takes somebody to mention it so they can be like, you know what, you're right. I really need to do better. I need to stop being lazy. I need to look at the foods that I'm eating. that's causing me these problems and do what's necessary so I can actually fix this problem and not keep pacifying it, thinking I'm going to one day be better. If I'm not doing the work, I'm not going to get better. That's just all to it. Woo. Can't read the cup. So one thing that some people don't know is that castor oil will um, help you sleep better. If you're not sleeping solidly throughout the night, castor oil will give you a better sleep. That's one thing it did for me. I love the fact that when I go to sleep and I drop some castor oil in my navel, when I wake up, I feel well rested. And I didn't know I wasn't well rested until I actually was well rested, and I could tell the difference. So when I wake up, I'm ready to get going, you know, start my day, and I'm not drowsy. But like I said, I didn't know I was having that problem until I was not. When my wife actually tried the castor oil and it relieved some of the inflammation and the pains in her body, I decided, okay, well, it's not gonna hurt me to try it. Well, when I woke up the next morning, I felt amazing.
Too, like my cousin had surgery. She was constipated from the pain medicine. And I told her, I said, put some castor oil in your navel tonight. The morning you should be good to go. She was like, I was good to go. So we don't drink castor oil. I know people talk about drinking castor oil all the time. We did that as kids, but we don't drink castor oil anymore. We just put it on topically. Wherever you have an ache or a pain, just rub it there. It's so simple. Like, don't overthink how to use it because a lot of people will have you overthinking things. But if you have an ache or pain, even floaters or blurred vision or something going on with your eyes, castor oil. Simple, simple, simple. Vaccine free cold press castor oil is what you should be looking for. We do use the Heritage Store brand, but there are other brands. That's just the one we tried and it worked great. So we just stuck with it. But there are other brands you can try out also.
And all castor oils are not created equal, guys. So if it don't say cold press, hexene free, there's a chance that it probably is not. All right, so make sure whatever you're using actually states that it is. I talked about it last week. Cold press, meaning that they took the seeds and they was able to squeeze the oils out of it without heating it up. Hexene is a chemical process that they go through where they put it on the seeds and it releases the oil. So it's a chemical. So you want the chemical free. And this is not cooked oil. So
It's not black, Jamaican black. A lot
yeah,
of people ask about black castor oil. It's a difference in the process. It's no vaccine free or the cold pressed
press.
castor oil and black castor oil.
So yeah, castor oil, guys. Bone spurs. You know,
Just rub it.
yeah.
Just rub. We did get questions what to do for a bone spur. You just rub it wherever the bone spurs are, wherever your issue is, multiple times a day. I would use it like 3 times a day. You can put heating pad for 20 minutes, a light heating pad. You can put a castor oil pack on bone spurs, fibroids, tumors, um, just so it can hold the castor oil in place for a certain amount of time. But I would definitely do that 2 or 3 times a day. You can always add cayenne pepper to it also for added benefits, but depending on what you shoot at, when it comes to that.
And we have also had testimonies of people saying that they had a lump on their breasts and they were able to put a patch of castor oil on it and it disappeared. Now, that's their testimony. I can't say that's the case because we didn't experience that. But why not try it? If it's not going to hurt, why not actually give it a try? If you're feeling uncomfortable or you feel an abnormality in your body somewhere, why not try this before you worry about being pumped full of chemicals or, having somebody cut on you. So this pennies on the dollar, and it's not gonna hurt you. So why not try it before you say yes to that major thing? Like I said, this is gonna be up to you. These are gonna be your choices as an adult. You make the decisions, but you should know there's a decision to be made. A lot of us we go through procedures thinking that what we're doing is the only thing we can do, and we're here to tell you no, there's not. We are looking into the ways that things used to be done, and when it benefits us, we're gonna use it, and we're gonna make sure you know what those benefits are. We are a community. We are here to help and look out for each other, to support each other, and if we can't do it for each other, who's gonna do it? There's a ton of things that that can help me, and the things that we know, we're gonna put it out there so it can possibly help you or your family members or your friends. So that's the way community works. We've been so long without it, depending on where you stay, that everybody looking out for themselves. Everybody is thinking about me, me, me. You know, well, you're looking out for yourself when you're looking out for others also, because you're gonna need to be looked out for at one point. And because you looked out for somebody else, they're gonna be willing to look out for you. So you have to look at it long term. Don't look at that short term, me, because me can also mean looking out for your community, and that means your community look out for you, and that's the way it works, guys. We have to be together, so we're stronger together, as Andale would say. um, let me see. See, I just look. It's crazy. Like I can't read. So, guys, if you have, well, I can't even read the question anyway. Yeah, so I'll try to look up the questions. If there's multiple questions, um, we will probably, if it's multiple questions of the same question, multiple people ask the same questions, we'll make sure we address it. Probably in the next live. My wife will be live Wednesday. I may be there because we got a ton of stuff to do.
Ton. That's what I was going to say. Um, our website, I think, is sold out of everything except paying away right now. Tomorrow is Monday, right? Our
Yeah.
website restock every Monday morning by 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a lot of orders to get out because we did not pause the website, which is fine. Orders will, tomorrow's a holiday for USPS. Orders will start shipping Monday, not Monday, Tuesday morning. I think we'll have two shipments going out one Tuesday morning, one Tuesday evening, and Wednesday. We'll get caught up. It, pretty simple. We'll get caught up, but the website will restock tomorrow at 9 or by 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because we got a lot of emails asking, hey, this is out of stock, that's out of stock. When we get home in a couple hours, we will start packing orders um and getting set up to restock in the morning.
Yeah. So Elba just reminded me about magnesium oil. So that was a lot of people who are not familiar with the channel, who never seen it, don't understand what the magnesium oil is and how to make it. So it is a really simple process.
Yeah, so magnesium, most of us are deficient in magnesium. We do sell a triple strength magnesium body butter that we make. It is great for things like pain, ADHD, fatigue, cramping. It can help you rest, headaches. Most of the time it's because we don't get enough magnesium. So the cream that we make is something to help supplement and give you a little bit extra, but it'll definitely help you with pain and rest. ADHD, if our kids have ADHD oil ourselves. It'll help calm you down. But you can make your own magnesium oil, which is just two ingredients: magnesium chloride flakes, which you can find in the Amazon storefront, and equal parts distilled water. So you want to use distilled water because when you pull this magnesium in your body, you want to make sure it's not tainted with tap water or something that is normally full of chemicals. So equal parts magnesium chloride flakes to equal parts distilled water or non-chlorinated water. Just put it in a spray bottle, shake it up, and it'll dissolve. And then you can spray yourself. When I use my magnesium spray, I spray myself 15 times in the morning and 15 times in the evening. That way I can get my 30 sprays, which is a dose size of magnesium. Bobby
Yeah.
doesn't like magnesium body. He don't like the magnesium spray.
Mhm.
That's why we created
The body.
magnesium body butter.
And the body butter works so amazingly. We just offered it out to everybody because it's so easy. You wipe it on and you're done. And it's a triple scrimp, so you don't need a whole bunch of it. If you never heard this, magnesium is so important to the way our body works. Without magnesium in our body do not use our water correctly. So a lot of people who have swelling of joints or pooling water is because they're low on magnesium. A lot of people go to the hospital and all they do is give them fluids. What's those fluids? The fluids are magnesium. And one of the reasons why magnesium is so low, guys, is because our foods are no longer having the minerals in it that it's supposed to have in it. So at one point, we used to get all our nutrients from our foods. But because they have played with the food so much, they have decreased the amount of nutrients that we have in our foods. Our fruits and vegetables, that's GMO, are not as heavily filled with the nutrients that we need. So, because we're not getting that nutrients, our bodies are acting in the way that it is. It is causing the ADHD. It's pooling water. Gee.
Hate the road.
Yeah.
It is very windy out here.
Mm.
Very windy.
And so a lot of our issues are coming from something that simple, guys. And they're putting you on medication and you don't need it. All you need is to make sure you're getting the right stuff in your body. Our foods are damaged. We don't know that, but they are. We don't know that there are so many chemicals being put in these prepackaged foods and so many chemicals being put in our livestock and our fruits and vegetables. And this stuff is damaging us little by little. And because we're not getting sick daily, we thinking that this food is okay. But no, over time, your body is storing little bits of that poison in your body, and at some point, it's going to affect you. Now, some of our bodies are way more sensitive than others. So some of us going to see it really quick. We're going to start having issues like we can't eat bread and we can't drink milk and all this stuff here. And it's all because our body is no longer able to fight off all the stuff that we have put into it.
Always say it's not
Mhm. Chemicals in your shampoos, your conditioners, your deodorants, your toothpaste, your lotions, your soaps. All that stuff is chemicals that your body got to fight off of, on top of the hundreds of chemicals that they put in your food. So it is a major problem. And the best we can do is reduce the amount of work that we're putting on our system to try to keep ourselves alive. And because of genetics, some of us are stronger in certain areas than others, but all of us are being affected. Some of us are heavily affected. So we want everybody to keep that in mind. We talk about a lot of things, and I know if you're brand new to the channel, we may be jumping in a level that you don't really know about, but we will talk about this stuff again because we know the channel is constantly evolving, and we have an amazing group of people in our community that would love you to know all this information also. There's a lot of knowledgeable people here. They help out. A lot of times when we can't get to the questions, some of the people in our community will answer those questions for us. They have been listening to us. They agree with what we're saying, and they will let you know. You know, we can't always answer all the questions. We try. It's a lot, guys. It's not because we don't want to. We just are not able to. But it is a blessing to have all of y'all to be able to do what we're doing, to know that we are affecting people in a positive way, giving people something to think about. You know, we know that there are people who have a better quality of life just because we mentioned some things. We didn't create nothing. We did some research. We worked on ourselves, and we brought it to you. You know, we are able to talk to more people than most people can. So we get testimonies, we get information from you all, and we're able to spread it to everybody that listen to our channel. And we definitely going to do that because we want everybody to benefit from it. And we want to be a service to you all.
Keep preaching, preaching.
Keep preaching. Hey, but we definitely want to make sure we got on here this morning and touch base. We did have an amazing weekend. It's always great to be able to reach out to the people that we are talking with and meet new people. So therefore, you know, we are being able to be more service to more people, and they are pouring into us also. So I learned a lot of stuff this weekend that I will implement, and then I will be sharing with you all also.
Got a lot of invites this weekend
Oh yeah,
to different things.
that's
We had to turn, like, my brain, one of them was so big, I was like, no, ain't no way. We'll share that with y'all soon, but some amazing events coming up. I mean, some are a ways out, but some amazing events that y'all may be interested in.
and
It's all about community.
yeah, I'm telling you, if you've never been to any of these events, guys, I say you must come. You have to come. If you are any way interested in taking care of yourself in all kind of manners, if it's your health, if it's you growing food for you and your family, being around positive people, like-minded people is so important, guys.
HOA is great. And the thing about HOA is the tickets usually sell out within a few weeks. They go on sale in January. So we bought our ticket in like January 3rd. But you have to get tickets like in the beginning of January if you want to go to that event. But it is so much knowledge. Like they had a pig processing class, they had a class, scratch class, a homeschool class. They had a kids zone and like so much going on. I mean, and people had little classes at their tents at the vendor booths. So it was so much on and so much to learn. You had 2 days full of bouncing from one tent to the next. I don't know what Justin talked about regenerative farming or something. How to spend little to nothing in the grocery store class. I mean, so much going. I think you had to pay for things like the chicken processing class, but you went home with chickens that you processed. So much going on. It was so worth it.
Yeah. So if you never processed chicken before and you was able to have somebody standing over you while you did it for the very first time, guess what, guys? You're gonna feel like it's not a problem for you to do it later on by yourself. So that these things are always amazing. I get inspired every time, and there are events all over the place, guys. So as you know, we also throw an event.
It's very inspired. Y'all should see the back seats and the back of the trunk. It's very inspired.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. But we do throw an event yearly, also the Sawyer Family Expo, and our event is different than some of the other events. But they are all great. because you're gonna meet people that's possibly gonna be lifelong friends and family to you. You know, good people, and a lot of people don't get to meet these good people all that often. So it's gonna be amazing. And I say whenever we talk about an event, guys, I mean, if you can, you should try to come because I mean, I know there's a ton of people that's gonna find value in this stuff. You know?
Nothing I can think of. I was forging. Sorry.
Let me see. What was the class? Magnesium flakes. It's good for kidney.
So for kidneys, I would look into the benefits of parsley seeds, celery seeds, and couch grass are like my top three when it comes to kidneys.
So, do you sell fire sign?
So we do not sell fire cider, but we were talking about possibly selling fire cider. So that may be something coming soon. But right now we don't offer fire cider. I did forget to put my elderberry in my fire cider, and Bobby was like, "Yeah, it need elderberry."
So, I ever want to know if any type of castor oil could be used?
So I can't say any kind because we've never used too many brands, but the Heritage Store is just one that we like. Not saying there's a better brand or the other brands aren't just as good. So it's just all up to you what brand you use. There are tons of castor oils out here.
And we're not affiliated with the Heritage Store.
Just
It's just what we found, right? Yeah. So cold press, hexene free is the most important thing. Now you have to trust the company that you purchasing it from. But long as you can find cold press hexene free, you should be able to get all the benefits that you need from your castor oil. Um, And if you're just coming in, I want to say good morning. Make sure each and every one of y'all like, share, subscribe. You know, we found out that there's a lot of people that watch our channel that's not following our channel or subscribe to our channel. It is free to do. You can pay for a subscription, but you can follow the channel for free. You can subscribe to the channel for free. What we're gonna ask each and every one of y'all to do on on YouTube is go and ring that bell so you can be notified whenever we are live, whenever we drop a video. Because we want anybody who want to watch our videos to know that we did drop one. All right. So YouTube, hit that bell and they will let you know whenever we drop video and whenever we go live, which when we do sometimes on a whim, you know. And we will start doing something for our actual subscribers. It, we're gonna make sure that we can have enough people to actually do special stuff for. We will have lives that just will be for the subscribers. It will be a little more casual.
oh, I do have something to give away.
Do
I think it's I might have put it way back there. Or is it right here in the green bag?
mhm.
It's, you can't see?
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, he wanna pull it up. I don't know if I thought I put it right there because it was heavy. I think it's on top of your head box.
What's up, mom? I had
That box. That head is safe. So we have a giveaway coming up. This is the Beekeeping Apothecary book from Kaylee Richardson, aka the Honeystead. Man, that book, I'm gonna read it, even though she's sending me my book, but I'm gonna read it. And she did autograph it. I don't know what she wrote in it, but she autographed this book to the winner. The winner. So we will make sure we get this giveaway going soon. And this is just the beginning because the holidays are coming. But this book is amazing, y'all. She got recipes and all her stories of how she has healed herself and things you can do for your loved ones. That book is amazing, and I thought it would make a great giveaway.
So, guys, one thing we are going to do this time, we didn't even talk about it. We want you to go to the email list and become part of the email list.
Yeah,
Because when we do this, that's the only way you're going to know we're doing it. Because some of the platforms don't care for it, right?
yeah. So it will be a lot of this will be driven through the email list. So you definitely have to be on our email list at blacktropical.com. When you go to blacktropical.com, it will pop up, ask you about being on our email list. And it's simple to get on it. We don't flood the email list with junk.
And we don't give it away.
Yeah, we don't sell your information, but you will get the information through the email list, to be able to join in any of our giveaways. We saw a lot of people there that have given things away through our channel. We saw Nutramil.
Oh, yeah.
And man, we got an amazing backstory on the mill that most people want, that bamboo mill that they see me using all the time. Well, that's the only one we have. But he told us that they were only able to make 1,800, and they sold out in like 2 weeks. But because they hand make them all, but the bamboo is coming from Thailand or somewhere.
Vietnam. Yep. So we did meet the owner of Nutrimil.
Yes.
And
Gary.
he told us all about the process that they go through.
Yeah.
A really great guy. Nutrimil is an amazing company. If you have any of their products, you know you got quality when you are messing with their products. So to be able to meet the owner was a blessing, and to find out now, guess I was surprised too. I didn't know that they get the bamboo sent in from out of the country, and they make those mills. So when you look at the price of them, and you thinking, oh, then you know why.
Oh, it's a good mill. That thing is not light, and it's stone grinding, so you can make your own grits and so many things you can do with this mill. But and it was just great to see them all lined up side by side. And he said, we handmade your mill."
Mhm.
And we don't have any right now, but the 1,800 we had sold out. I said, yeah, we know. We know. So it's amazing. But Redmond was there. We saw Carson. He is the agriculture side of Redmond Real Salt. So Bobby took care of Bobby for his garden. He got some food for the garden, but man, so many people were there. But more that y'all will meet in the next few weeks because we got a lot of work.
Yeah, we are not gonna fool up with too many people. You have to fit into what it is we're doing. And
with a lot of homework.
Yeah, we are we here to make a difference in people's lives in a positive way. Or at least offer it out. It's up to you to do it.
Yeah, but hold up. Did you say today? Yeah, I have to get one of those little chicken coops.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was like, what? Some chicken.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, so many things.
And that's the great thing about actually, showing people that certain things can be done. Because a lot of people think that because you don't live in the country or you don't live on this big old plot of land, that you can't do the stuff that we do. There are people, we have met people that say they have 3 and 5 acres and they're not doing anything on it.
And somebody else. Somebody asked yesterday, how much property y'all got? And I said, 1 acre. We are 1 acre suburban homesteaders. And she laughed. And I was like, well, and I said, well, how much property you got? She said, 3 acres. I said, oh, so, you got a nice garden? She said, no, I ain't doing nothing but cutting grass. I said, well, we can't eat grass. She said, yeah, it's just it's hard to keep the lawnmowers running. Yeah. But we grow a lot of food on our 1 acre compared to 3 acres of grass. We can't eat grass.
That's right. You
And
know,
she didn't say anything else. I mean,
yeah.
the thing with it, am I gonna get a quarter acre and use it to my advantage? Or am I gonna get 3 acres and be overwhelmed and can't keep up with cutting the grass? It'd
And
be the quarter acre any day.
and I was having a conversation with a gentleman yesterday. People will try to wait until they actually get all these acres before they want to start growing. But you don't have the basics to growing.
Not even the basic knowledge.
Yeah, you have to have information. You have to have knowledge. And if you live in an apartment with with a patio or a porch,
That's your growing space.
you need to know how to grow what it is you're gonna be growing, even at a small level like that, before you could jump to a big level.
I was telling somebody yesterday, the best advice I can give somebody is don't let people overwhelm you with, oh, you got to have this, or you got to do that, or you got to do this. Start where you are. Start small, and you'll graduate. You may get 1 acre or a half acre, quarter acre, and say, you know what? This is more than enough for me. Because once you get that 5 and 10 acres, you done bit off a whole lot that you may not be able to chew. So start where you are, get your feet wet. know, and if you feel like I can do more one of these days, I tell people when you ask God for something, be specific, but be ready too. Because when He give it to you, He wants you to be ready.
You
So
got
don't ask
five.
for that 10 acres.
Yeah, you got 5, 10 acres. Do you have the equipment?
Yeah.
Can you afford the equipment
You have
that's
the
going to be
manpower.
required? Yeah, you're going to need tractors. You're going to need a lot of stuff because you're not going to get on no little riding lawnmower or a push lawnmower talking about you finna cut no 5 acres. When you get finished with your 5 acres, it's going to be time to start back where you started from, cutting. So there's a lot that people don't know, but they assume. If you're living in a subdivision, there's a way to start. You know, we do everything we need to do there. We can't do cows, we can't do pigs anymore, but we can raise smaller things. Chickens and rabbits and quail. And if that does nothing else, it gives us a feel of how to raise and process animals. If that's what we're gonna do, it gives us the knowledge to what we need to do to our soil to make sure all our fruits and vegetables grow like they're supposed to. So what you gonna do with 5 acres of stuff that you don't know how to grow, that you don't know what to do with? How you even got the energy or the power to be able to do any of that? Because some people gonna get a quarter of an acre, put a plot out there, grow some stuff, and realize they can't even keep up with that. It is some work, but it is a beautiful work. It is
Can be.
amazing work.
It can be, but you can make it hell.
Yeah.
You can make it be like, oh,
Knowledge.
yeah.
And we are so better when we are together with somebody helping us do, because putting all that on yourself makes it not as enjoyable and it don't seem as worthwhile. Being able to go out there with your family, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your kids, and harvest dinner for the night. Harvest your sides. You know, if you got some chicken, you go out there and you get some beans, whatever it is you want to cook on the side. You know, pasta, you want to go ahead and get you some tomatoes out there, make some fresh pasta because you got a whole bunch of Roma tomatoes out there. I want to make some pasta sauce. All that stuff coming fresh out of your garden. And when we tell you the best taste, because they get to stay on the vine until they're completely ripe. And if you choose to grow non-GMO, you're gonna get the original taste of that fruit. But it's gonna taste better regardless because you grew it and it stayed on the plant until it was fully ripe. They didn't pick it when it was green, so it can have time to get shipped to the grocery store where they hit it with methylene gas so it can start turning colors. Because a lot of things don't develop full flavor if it's not on the plant. So growing that stuff, it means a lot. It means that you're gonna get all the nutrients that you're supposed to get. You're gonna know exactly what was sprayed on it. And if you're trying to get the health benefits from it, you're gonna know exactly what those health benefits are. You know, you can't grow a non-GMO fruit or vegetable and think that what you're buying out the grocery store got the exact same nutrients in it. Because it don't. It's the reason why that one can last longer in the grocery store. You know, it's because it don't have all the stuff that'll break it down, which are those nutrients. So it's a lot, guys. Like we said, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. We putting things to mind so people will have to have more thought because nobody else is talking about it, right? It's not being talked about in masses. It's not a major talking point on eating our medicine, eating what is good for us. What is on the food that we're buying that's causing us to have these problems? How can we avoid it? If we are already having these problems, what are some of the natural things we can do to fix those problems? It's so much, guys, and we want to keep on repeating and mentioning. And as we learn, we're gonna keep on passing it on. You know, because that's what we do. That's what we get. We love. That's our purpose, and that's what we're gonna continue to do. So long as you're here and you want to hear it, we're gonna say it, right? But why?
What?
You're a la la land. You just
Yeah, because even my own shop is
like. So guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it. It'll help us out. It'll allow more people to come in and be able to hear what it is we're talking about. It allows our community to get bigger, which allows more information to be shared amongst us all and makes us all better. Guys, stop thriving on the things that make us different. We're more alike than we are different, but we will find the most silliest things to try to make ourselves divided. It is really, really important that, we can stick together because if we are not together, there's nobody else for us, and we're trying to be individuals when we should be a community because community, we can get anything done. We can do all. There's people who went to law school. There's people who know so much information, guys, and somebody can actually help you in a nice community because y'all are together. Y'all are out here helping each other. And now you don't have to go to somebody you don't know that don't mean you no good to give you information when you can talk to somebody who like, hey, you don't need to do that. We could do this kind of thing. And while we talking about health and eating right and doing right, eventually, we're gonna veer off to other parts of life. But this is so important. We got to make sure everybody hear this. We want people in our community to share all their experiences. What you got to offer to the community? What is it what life you have lived that a lot of people could benefit from? And if all of us do that, guys, we can't be stopped. We can't. But we got to be willing to share. We got to be willing to pour into each other. And I think that's going to be amazing because the way the world going now, this is it's becoming a thing of the past. And we got to bring it back together. I don't care what's your politics. I don't care your church. I don't care your skin color. I don't care who you having sex with. I don't care about none of that. As long as somebody legal. But long as you're a good person, long as you are a person that's positive and you willing to do good by your fellow man, that's the only thing that matters in our community. You know, keep your politics to yourself, keep your church to yourself. If you got, if you are God, we're gonna tell you we God fearing, we are people who love the Lord and we respect it. It's not our major talking point, but it is a part of who we are. But All this other stuff, we just, you know, we don't care. We don't care. If you're grown, you're adult, you're doing the right, you're doing legal things, you're doing responsible things. It ain't got to be my way. It ain't got to be our way, but it's got to be, you got to be a good person. So, we haven't said that in a while. If you don't know what the soil brother and soil sister means, soil family means, it's those of us who wants to build on a good foundation. Soil metaphor for your foundation. Everything needs a good foundation for growth. So soil is the major uh, metaphor for growth, and that's growing any way. You can be growing your finances, you can be growing your health, you can be growing in your religion. You can be growing your family. That's the soil. You need to start at the foundation. You need to start in the soil and build from there forth. And as long as that soil is nutritious or got the nutrients in it, you can build whatever it is you strive to grow. So start from your foundation and build, guys. And when we build together, we can build the world.
Yep.
My wife's like, yeah. All right, guys. So we appreciate y'all. We wanted to make sure we stepped in this morning because this is our Sunday chat like we usually do, and we're not in our usual place, but we still want to tap in. My wife will go live on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Just stay tuned for the time, and we may pop in at another time. So just make sure you have that bell ring so you can be notified whenever we do go live.
Look out today and the next few days you'll be getting emails with your tracking number, um, with your email. Check your spam because it may come to spam, especially if you are a first time customer. But when I process your orders, it usually kick out the system will usually kick out your confirmation, your tracking number for your package to your email. It may go to spam. Make sure your email are correct. Make sure your addresses are correct. That's all where a few packages were coming back because people may have not put a complete address or didn't put the street name or they made a mistake to put their email address. I print out a lot of orders and I don't always catch your mistake, which may be your email instead of your physical address, but it'll come back to us. They will charge you a reship fee to ship out again. But definitely pay attention to your emails because a lot of orders will be going out Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, Restocking on Monday by 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
A lot of orders will be going out. There'll be a little bit of sleep going on. So it's a lot to do.
All right. We appreciate you all the love and support. It's been amazing. We got some special things coming up. The holidays will be kicking off soon. So we're going to work on some things for y'all for the holidays. But again, make sure you're on the email list at blackstropical.com so you can keep up with these holiday specials. Fun things.
We had a bunch of amazing people make amazing comments towards us. No, guys, I mean, that stuff feel good. It's an amazing feeling to know that your purpose is appreciated. And, you know, I see when trolls come in and they want to dump on us, y'all, how y'all defend us. All that stuff is so amazing. Trolls are a part of this, but letting them know that you're not going to stand for it either is also a good thing. But, I smile every time I read the comments. I smile whenever y'all got something positive to say to us. I even smile when the trolls come in and feel like they need to interject because when they come in, that means there's too many of y'all in and they want to be seen and want to be heard. And, we understand that that's a part of the channel. They're gonna say ugly things about us, to us, whatever, you know. But that's social media, guys. You gotta take the good with the bad and understand that, there's no positive without a negative. And our positive is so much greater than what the trolls can give us. We got y'all on our team and y'all support us. You know, I mean, y'all may even allow me to do this full time, and that's a blessing. Y'all may allow that at some point, and it's because y'all support what it is we're doing, and we're gonna always respect that, and that's gonna always be extremely valuable to us. So just know that, and we're gonna get off of here. We're gonna chat amongst each other
We got
while we,
North Carolina.
yeah, while we do this ride. I'm gonna stay woke. I'm gonna stay woke for maybe.
Soon as you hit in.
I try to. I try.
You're gonna be like, it's so funny because we just left my mom's house and she was putting in her order from the porch. Don't forget my Buc-ee's next time. I was like, never forget mom's Buc-ee's. Make sure that it's top of the list. I was like, we're a minute from Buc-ee's, mom, but we got you on the way back, on the backside. But Buc-ee's is always, let me tell you, if you're traveling or close to a Buc-ee's, you've never been to a Buc-ee's, stop. I can never pass a Buc-ee's. I tried to.
They have the most amazing bathrooms.
They
man.
have the best bathroom.
I am the most terrified about sitting on anybody's seat.
No, you're not.
Uh,
I'm not even just. I don't. I'm terrified just to go in people's bathrooms. Like I would change my mind. Wait, I am rough when it comes to traveling in the bathroom. I will not go to a bathroom for 16 hours if I'm traveling. But go to a Buc-ee's, I'm good. I can be in there.
Buc-ee's have a bathroom attendant, and that's all they do. And as soon as you walk out of there, somebody walking in there to clean it.
I appreciate them so much.
Yes,
And I always want Buc-ee's to know how much I appreciate it. I know some people don't like Buc-ee's. I love and appreciate Buc-ee's wholeheartedly. They are amazing. They make traveling so easy for people like us.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Lord, I had to pee. And as soon as I walk in the bathroom and smell or see something, I'd be like, never mind. I'll wait till I get to the bathroom.
Yeah, I did that today. I was like, I walked to the bathroom, somebody was in there blowing it up, and it was small.
It came out so fast.
I was like, oh,
He said, nope, didn't do it. So I appreciate you, Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Y'all are amazing. Keep up the good work, especially from attendees. That's who I'm talking to.
Yeah, they pay them guys good too, so that's a good thing.
I talk too much.
Jesus, you gotta be right. You gotta get right. So, guys, y'all have an amazing Sunday. We appreciate all y'all for being here. Wednesday is the scheduled day,
Yes.
but we may pop on at some point before then. But Wednesday is the schedule, and we don't know what time just yet, but we will post it at some point. So, guys, y'all have an amazing day. We appreciate y'all. Till the next time.
Nobody still will do. Certified.